Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of One Piece, which is on episode 1118. This episode right here was actually pretty nice, and I will get to certain parts in a certain order. So let's begin with this first part, okay? Before we get to this other part, which was split into different time segments. So if anything else, let's go. Let's get to the scene which happened somewhere in the middle of the episode where Leo and Sai had a little trouble with the Celestial Dragon, and which is Charlos, and that guy was super annoying. He tries to get Shirahoshi again, and this caused her brothers to go into a rampaging rage, while the other humans stand by and say, forget it, I'm not going to be involved in this because yada yada yada, whatever the reason is, I don't care, they're not even important anyway. But Shirahoshi's brothers were trying to come in to help her out, but unfortunately Kuma's too strong for them to handle, obvious from the get-go. Now, the second part of this scene involves Leo and Sai being very upset about this and get ready to attack. And we had Sai ask Mosgard, can I hit this guy now? He goes like, yeah, be my guest. I mean, I'll take responsibility. And we have that Mosgard stops Fukaboshi and his brothers to tell him to hold back, because at this point, let Leo and Sai handle it, because they are pirates. They could do whatever they want, and they could just run away from the trouble, you know? And we have that Leo, Sai, in anger that they're trying to hurt one of Luffy's friends again, ends up damaging him with a very freaking devastating attack. Leo ends up attacking him with the tail hammer, and freaking Sai attacked him with the freaking dragon nail, dragon secret art nail, dragon nail whatsoever. And they flattened Charlos down to the ground, and his head was like, ugh, man. I wish I could show an image of this, but I don't know how, and plus I'll get in trouble with copyright, obviously. But other than that, piece of filth, you deserve that one. Everyone's like, oh no, Celestial Dragon's been killed. I'm like, who gives a yeah, who gives two anyway? But, you know, they're gonna go, oh, and Navy Admiral is here or something like that. Sorry about the alarm about that. Forgive me. We have that, yeah, pretty much Charlos gets flattened down to the ground, and I hope he's dead, or maybe worse, crippled for life on life support. So, anyways, let's get to this important highlight of the scenes, you know? This involves Cobra visiting and talking with the 5 elders, which I believe is pretty scary because we all know that these guys are very much important figures of One Piece, you know? And overarching antagonists, that much is to be said. Other than that, we have that Cobra actually asked him about the history of Queen Lily, Nefelti, of the Nefelti family. He remembers he's talking about the books and how the world government was made by many kingdoms, you know? 20 to be exact, but there's only 19 weapons shown, you know? Which apparently the 20th weapon, or one of the weapons of the 20, was never there. So there might be a reason for that. And Lily apparently is an important historical figure to the Alabasta Kingdom, you know? And he wants to ask, like, where is she? What happened to her? Do you have any idea? She never became a Celestial Dragon, but she never made it back home, you know? Back to Alabasta. So even though the family still continues to exist, you know, there are only 19 weapons, etc., there's only history written in there. So what happened to her? Because of other reasons. And we have that one of them answers a question to Cobra saying, we don't really know what really happened. It happened 800 years ago, knowing that I'm sorry, we have no idea. So we can't answer that question for you since we don't really have the clue. And we have that he asked the question, what is the D initial? And one of the girls ask, why do you wish to know that? Why are you asking that name? Well, that's because Cobra mentions about a letter that was left in 800 years ago, and has been passed down through our royal family for generations, many centuries or so, you know? So that's why I'm asking, what is the will of D, or what's the D initial, you know? That kind of thing. Before it could ever get any further, you know, we have that the girls say, like, refuses to answer, and they ask him to leave, saying that we're not going to answer that question for you, or we have no answer to that situation, so we want you to get out and leave, you know? But we have to it that Emu shows up and sits on the throne, and hell, this is very scary. Reminds me of that time of like what's been going on. We have to it, the girl says like, what are you doing here? Cobra is still here. And we have to it that Emu sits on the throne and says, Lily. And that voice was distorted, which apparently is very fitting. This also gives us the clue or something like that we don't know who the voice actor is, which is fine because honestly, Lily's voice, I mean, not Lily's voice. Stupid me. Sorry. Emu's voice in the manga was a little distorted in terms through the manga text, you know? It was never shown that it was proper or polite. It was very like, whatchamacallit, wiggly or wavy in the text. So this is kind of perfect. So we don't know who the voice actor is, but I can tell you right now it's very much perfect. Good job, Toei, on that. Next episode, I'm not going to say anything because, you know, that's just how it is. All I can really say is that we manga readers are going to be very much jumping out of our seat. Well, I know I freaking yelled out very happily in excitement when Charlos, the Celestial Dragon, got his punishment. And yeah. Other than that, I forgot to add one more scene. Kuma later on gets picked up by Morley and they escaped. I don't know. There was a scene with Sabo and Bonnie. Forgot to mention that. Sabo managed to get Bonnie and himself to escape while Sabo decides to go somewhere else, you know? Whatever the situation is. Other than that, Lily, you know? Lily of Alabasta Kingdom. Looks like we're about to know about her, what she's going to do, but we'll see, you know? So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.